Hello and welcome to the Creative Kobold. I'm Gyra. A while back I did a little preview video for the Kingpin of Dunkeldorf Kickstarter. I was also a backer in that Kickstarter and was originally going to get all the previous Dunkeldorf minis as well, since they were available through the Pledge Manager. But then the exhaust system of my car fell off and a lot of money I had meant to spend on those miniatures had to go to getting my car fixed instead. However, King Games decided to send me a gift with many of the minis I couldn't get at the time as a way of saying thanks, which is really nice of them. Dunkeldorf miniatures are designed with a lot of personality, they're really well sculpted and are extremely well cost. So let's go through and see what we've got here. This is the Prancing Peacock Tavern Set. First off, we got this retired, definitely not a pirate captain looking guy. He's using some sort of large seashell as a hearing aid and part of a jawbone of some beast as a cane. This guy would definitely have information the party needs before setting out on their adventure out on the high seas. This bard is in the middle of a performance, plucking the strings of her instrument and singing. I really like the pose, with one foot up on a stool or similar. It's always nice to have a bard in a tavern setup, and this is certainly one I'll be using a lot. Taverns are great places to find business if you're a lady of the night or pretending to be one. I really like the confident pose and flirtatious yet calculating expression on her. Courtesan characters are also great for unexpected plot twists. She could be anything: a con woman, a cultist recruiter, princess in disguise, a spy. Every tavern sees its share of shady characters, and this guy's a prime example. The hood says "Don't bother me," and the sword on the back underlines that statement. The dagger in the boot is the exclamation point. This is the perfect mini for your typical Thieves Guild contact character, the middleman the adventurer must deal with before eventually getting in contact with the higher-ups. What is a tavern without its regulars? This man seems to just be enjoying his time off, drinking and possibly enjoying a conversation or the entertainment. And you gotta appreciate his nice chevron moustache. Dieter, the Scribe. Some more eccentric characters makes for interesting tavern encounters. The Scribe seems immersed in his work, with one raised eyebrow giving him a puzzled expression. I also really like the wax candle on his hat. Of course, this character can easily be used in other settings as well, like a library or any sort of office situation. Though you'd normally hire low-level adventurers to take care of any rodents of unusual size, cats are a must for taking care of the more common regular-sized ones. This one might be a bit on the lazy side though, or it's taking a little break, for about 5 hours. I really like the legs that are just hanging down from whatever it's laying on. Taverns aren't just for humans. This halfling looking guy is definitely enjoying his pint of ale. Look at that smile on his face. The hairy feet makes him fit as a classic hobbit as well. Non-human tavern patrons and townsfolk miniatures can be hard to find, so I'm very happy to have this guy. There's always that one guy who gets too drunk and passes out. By the way, has anyone seen his shoe? This guy has definitely had enough. Whether it was the ale or a well-placed punch, he's out cold for the rest of the evening. I would use this miniature in the streets or alleyways near taverns, or even inside the more unsavory ones to set the mood. This finely dressed gentleman seems to be enjoying himself quite a bit. Cup of wine in one hand and a chicken leg in the other. This guy's cheering or singing along to a song. Definitely one I'll be using as a regular patron, though with that bloated coin pouch on his hip, he's a nice target for any adventurer with the right expertise. Here's a lady that seems to be making the most of her evening. She's dressed for the occasion, put on her favorite jewelry, gotten a tankard of good ale, and is thoroughly enjoying herself. This mini makes for a wonderful addition to any tavern setup. Judging from their gear and eye patches, yes, even her cat has one, this duo has a dangerous profession, probably related to dealing with rodents of unusual size. Incidentally, these two also have separate standing miniatures. Well, the cat's still sitting technically, so you could have the same characters be used in very different encounters. As a side note, they also did something similar with a Kingpin of Dunkeldorf character called Manfred the Egg. Even your local druid could do with a drunken song now and then. In addition to all the lovely details, I also really like how this character sits. It's not the standard straight up and down 2 feet on the ground pose, which most sitting minis have. She seems to be sitting in a way that feels more natural and relaxed, sort of skewed and with one leg over the other. It's small things like this that makes me really appreciate the Dunkeldorf line of miniatures. Dunkeldorf also has tables and items to fill them with. Here are jugs, cups, tankards, bottles, pots, platters, candles and more. These tiny objects are cast in metal and probably best glued onto the tables or whatever furniture you wish to put them on. Compared to just having empty tables, details such as this makes a scene really come to life. The set also comes with the chairs and stools used with the miniatures earlier, as well as the tables and some nice benches. As you can probably tell, these miniatures are just perfect if you want to populate your tavern encounters with some patrons. And while this is most of their sitting miniatures, Dunkeldorf has more standing tavern patrons as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like these minis, King Games has put up a preview page for their Streets of Dunkeldorf Kickstarter. I'll link that in the description. Many thanks to Nana and Nikki from King Games for sending me this. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video.